This conference will now be recorded.
Um, Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
I just want to show you're not talking because I can't hear anything.
Oh my God. I'm honestly speaking, I forgot to unmute. I was keep on talking from past 5 minutes, I think.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God. Sorry for that.
All right.
I'm really sorry for that. Yeah, I thought everyone was hearing me. Okay. My apologies for that. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
It's okay.
Yeah. So, okay. So what I was trying to say is now we are talking about the Power BI desktop, right? We started the discussion starting from yesterday, right? So we are going to discuss today we are going to discuss on the connectivities with respect to the OData, SQL Server, those things we are going to discuss. Okay. And before I move on there, how you will come to know about the versions of the Power BI desktop which you are using on your system, right? So for that, the moment you open up your Power BI desktop, all what you need to do is you need to go to help here and you need to hit on about here. Okay, there you see the version. Okay, and the version is being released in August 2021. So Power BI desktop, I mean Microsoft Power BI, they quite oftenly release the latest versions in the market. Okay, for every 1 month. Okay, for every 1 month they do release this latest versions. All what you need to is, yes, you definitely have to download, okay, the latest version. It won't get update automatically. You have to download it manually. Okay, so for that you have a community where you will come to know, okay, all these latest versions which is available. Okay, you have the community.powerbi.com. Okay, okay, see, even within this also you can get it here. Okay, this is where you will get all the latest information. Okay, so the one which I pinged you is about the community, and the next one is the powerbi.microsoft.com about the blog. So whenever they release any new product, right, let's say for example in the month of August 30 they have released this new features. Okay, likewise you will get all the latest information from here. Okay, or else you can go month by month here. Okay, if you go to September, okay, or the August, you'll get all the details. So this is where you'll come to know all the product related technology updated related versions. Okay, now see, in the month of August 2021 they have expanded these features. Okay, mobile apps. Okay, these are all, and you can go to the page 2 here. Okay, these are all the updated information, the technology latest versions, all those things you will get it here. Okay, so please save it. Okay, of course I'll pass on this information again. Okay, so this is one information. Now sometimes if you look at here, right, sometimes Power BI is also having, okay, the beta versions. Let's say in the upcoming versions what they are going to release, so they'll define it as a beta version. So in order to enable the features of the beta version, okay, all what you need to do is go to options. Okay, you have to enable those beta version related features to be applied to the current version what you are using. Beta version in the sense, see, there you see, okay, an option called preview features. Okay, you have to enable all these things. Okay, because this preview feature, okay, this preview feature is helpful, okay, in order to enable the features of the upcoming versions, okay, of the Power BI desktop. So that is the reason it is always recommended, okay, to enable the preview features. Okay, if you disable these things, right, so the beta version related things might not be applicable to the desktop application what you are using, the Power BI desktop. So that is the reason it is always recommended to use the enable all the features comes under preview. Okay, preview features. How to enable this? Go to file, there you see options and settings. Okay, there you see again options. Within that, you see a specific category called preview features. Okay, here. Okay, this is going to be the global in the sense for your entire Power BI desktop. Okay, so under global, you have to enable all these features. Then only you'll be able to see all the beta version, which means the upcoming version related features as part of the testing, right? I mean, they do a testing, right? Internally, the Power BI desktop folks who is managing from the product side, they'll enable that feature. So if you wanted to reflect those features, you have to check those options. Okay, that is mandatory. Okay, now in today's session, I'm going to establish a connectivity with respect to the O data. So what is this O data? O data is also one of the data source, just like your Azure SQL database or SQL Server or Teradata or Excel, something like that. This is also one of the data source. But this O data helpful in order to focus and to build with the help of the RESTful APIs. So here I have some sample O data feed I have. Okay, in case in your real-time situations, if you have this kind of a O data as a backend data source, how are we going to handle? Here you go. Okay, all what you need to do is you need to be on the home page, go to get data. Okay, so here you see O data feed. Okay, you see a direct option here. If not, you can also go hit on more. Okay, hit on more. There you can search for it. Okay, so you can search over here, or else if you go to other, if you go to all here, right? Let me search it simply. Okay. O data feed, right? You need to select that. Okay, now what am I going to do? I'm going to connect. Okay, now here you need to provide the O data feed URL. Whatever the O data feed you have to provide here. Okay, now apart from this, you do also have advanced features, which means we can add, okay, the multiple O data feeds here. Just an example. Okay, you can add that. That flexibility is also available under advanced features. Okay, now so here I would like to use the straightaway approach. Okay, now look at this. Hit on OK. Now what is happening? The connection is going to establish between your OData feed and to the Power BI desktop. See, under this data feed, I have so many tables available, right? So table is nothing but what? It is a collection of rows and columns, right? For example, now as per your reporting need basis, do you wanted to select all the tables? Isn't it? Or you wanted to select only the specific tables? That's all depends upon your dashboard requirement, isn't it? Now, for example, let's say I wanted to use few set of tables. See, the data is being loaded here as a sample reflection. Okay. Now, I would like to see the orders data again. You can see orders data. So here, the moment you enable any specific table, okay, which means those specific tables you are going to use in your dashboard. That's the indication of it. Okay. Right. See, out of plenty of tables, I'm going to choose only the required tables, okay, or required reporting elements. That's what I meant to say. Right. Now I have this. Now, I'll show you only the connectivity part for today. Okay. See, my intention is being as a front end dashboard or visualization developer, all what you need to focus is developing of this visualization. But your responsibility is to establish this connection. Apart from the dashboard development, your responsibility goes with how to enable the connectivity with respect to the data source. That is your responsibility. That is the reason I'm briefing this. Okay. Now, transformation, anyhow, that we'll discuss later. Let's straight away load it. Now, from my RAM, from my in-memory of my system, now it is loading into my Power BI desktop, into my local system. See, the tables, whatever you picked up, the queries, I mean to say, you can call it as a tables or queries. But from the Power BI desktop point of view, these are all called as queries: product query, orders query, order details query, regions query, shippers query. Likewise, you can, the terminology you can use. So everything is treated, one table is treated as one query. Okay, that's the terminology of Power BI desktop. Okay, now what is happening? Now loading data to your model, which means loading data from the data source into your Power BI desktop. Okay. Yeah. Now the data is been loaded into your Power BI desktop, isn't it? Now, what am I supposed to do? Now from here, once you establish the connectivity, from here, right? From here, the development of a dashboard is 100% same, irrespective of the backend data source. Now I don't care about my data source. Okay. Now what is my goal? I want to develop this dashboard. That's only my target, isn't it? Now, all what you need to do, you need to pick the corresponding visualizations and you need to choose, right? You need to choose the corresponding dashboard elements.
Hi Ganesh, I have one question on this.
Yes, please.
Yeah, so okay, so when we loading data, let's suppose
Uh-huh.
if we have a if we have if we have a 1 lakh plus row level data, how can we
Correct.
optimize that in this? Like we are extracting all the data directly from the database, right? So in that
Correct.
case, this dashboard is going to be very heavy, right?
Yes. 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 All what we need to do is we need to apply the restrictions. Okay. We need to apply the restrictions based upon to filter out the unwanted data. That's what we need to perform. You have to define at a that you have to define at a modeling level. Okay. That that will be discussed as part of our regular discussions. Okay. Don't worry. Your question is valid. I agree. Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Yes. Okay, now look at this. Now let's say this one dashboard is being developed here. Now I would like to add one more graphical interface. Okay, for example, this one, right? So you can shuffle all these things based upon your need basis, right? Now all what I need to do is, again, I need to choose the corresponding line of items from here. That's it, right? And if I wanted to add upon one more graphic, right? It's again your needs. Okay, so this is how it is going to be, right? So I don't care about my backend, right? I care about this dashboard development. This is what my job. Okay, so from of course here there are lots of stuff as filtering the data. Okay, and how we can add the another flavors, right? And how we can avoid the duplicative or any cleansing of the data. There are plenty of stuff. That is one. Okay, so this is how we can establish a connectivity with respect to the OData feed. Okay, hope it is clear to everyone. Any questions? Only with respect to the OData. Okay, any other questions? Now I'll show you how we can establish a connectivity with respect to the SQL Server. Okay, let's discuss that. Now, so the SQL Server, right? I have installed SQL Server Management Studio, which is a free trial. You can get it from the Microsoft, okay, which is a free trial. Okay, now I have my own database defined here. Okay, with that, we are going to see how we can establish a connectivity from the Power BI desktop. Let's see that. Okay. Yeah, please bear with me. It's taking this much time. I could have opened it earlier. I'm sorry for that. Yeah. Okay. Now, okay. So this is the SQL Server Management Studio. Okay. Now this is installed in my local system. Okay. Now, if I wanted to connect it to any specific databases, right? Now I need to provide the credentials, corresponding credentials to the system. Then I should log into this, right? So within this, I have several databases available. Okay. Now, okay. So now the connectivity is being established here, right? Now these are all the databases, okay, available in my system. Where let's say I have the bike store as well as the adventure works. Okay. Now let me show you this. Okay. So beneath this adventure works, okay, I have several tables are available. Let's say if I wanted to pick any specific table, right? Okay, and where I wanted to see the data, I can say like top 10 or whatever. Okay. So now I would like to retrieve the data of it. See, I have this data with me, right? I have this data with me, okay, of these things, right? Now to this database, from this database, imagine that from this database, I would like to connect from Power BI desktop. Then what am I supposed to do? Isn't it? The database which is available in the backend, I would like to connect it to these tables, and from here, I would like to get a data, and then I wanted to develop a dashboard with the help of Power BI. Then what am I supposed to do? Right? There you go. Again, go to get data, SQL Server, right? Now here, all what you need to do is you need to provide some elements in order to interact, in order to establish the connectivity, right? So the server is goes to my local host here. Okay, server is my local host, but in the real-time point of view, you'll have a dedicated server. So that server details you can get it from the corresponding database team. Okay, all what you need to do is you have to let them know the business justification. It could be a development, or it could be a UH, or it could be a production, right? Since you are dealing with the dashboard development, it is going to be the development of your SQL database. You should get it. Okay. Now here, do you want it to import all the tables from the corresponding database, or you wanted to write down any SQL statement, like, for example, uh, select star from, okay, whatever you wanted to use in that way, you can do that. Which means what? This is a customization, right? You can do that. If you don't want that, you can straight away go ahead and import it. Okay, that is also doable. Okay. Now, let me establish a straightaway connection with respect to this particular database. Okay. My database is this one. Now, that's it. Okay. Now, these direct queries and all you will come to know. Don't worry. Okay. So the custom SQL and all, it's not a big deal. Okay. Now hit on OK. Now what? Now with that, now I am trying to establish a connectivity with respect to the SQL Server database to my Power BI desktop. And from there, once the connectivity is being established, from there again the dashboard development is 100% similar. There is no doubt about it. Okay. Similarly, so that, see, my intention, what I wanted to let you know is, irrespective of your data sources, okay, the dashboard development is not going to differ. It's going to be the same. But these parameters, okay, from backend to backend, it might be different, because you saw the O data, right? That was different. I mean, where you have not provided any details, where you have provided that simply the data feed. But here you are providing the SQL Server database name, and you are providing the corresponding database which you wanted to connect. That's it, right? Now let's try to establish the connectivity. Now it is trying to establish the connectivity with respect to your SQL Server and to the Power BI desktop. Okay, there are lots of applications is open. Let me try to cancel this. Okay, now look at this. Localhost adventurous works, right? Now I have plenty of tables here, isn't it? I have plenty of queries, I meant to say. Now, based upon my requirement, right? Based upon my requirement, I'm going to, okay, pick up the required queries which suits my dashboard development. Okay, there you go. There is a specific feature called select related tables. You will come to know when I'm talking about the relationships when we are defining the data model. You will come to know there. Okay, don't worry. Okay, now from here, my job is going to be the same again. Okay, now transform data, anyhow we'll talk later, right? Now load. Now what? Now from here again, your job is going to be the same again. Okay. See, now it is loading the data from the backend database, from the SQL Server to your Power BI desktop. Okay. So far we have seen how the connectivity needs to establish between with respect to the file based, which is nothing but Excel. It could be as text or CSV. We are seeing to one database, that is SQL Server, and we have seen with respect to OData, right? Now I'm going to show you, if in your system, in your local system, if you wanted to define any SQL Server database like this, I'm going to help you out. And if you don't have a data like this, you can define these databases. Okay, I can help you out to define these databases as well. Okay, right away. I can provide you some kind of sampler information, and from there, you can do your own practice. If you wanted to practice your own SQL queries, you can do a practice here. Along with that, comparing with that, if you wanted to develop a dashboard, you can do that, because irrespective of the backend, the dashboard development is same, right? That is the reason. Okay, so I'm going to help you right away how to how to configure this kind of a databases, so that it will be definitely helpful for your better practices. Because down the line, in the next 4 to 5 days of time frame, we are going to do some practical sessions. I mean, I'm going to allocate you the assignments, right? So this is going to be helpful to do your own practice. Okay, yeah. Now, so all what you need to do is, you have, the first and foremost thing is, you have to install Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio, which is, you just browse it and you will get it. Okay, okay, and say that, so just for it, and it, okay, you can download it. Okay, let me provide you this. I'm pinging you uh, chat. Okay, download this. Okay, and apart from this, okay, now you can download the software, and how you can attach these databases, so similar kind of a databases. Okay, now here are the instructions. I'll pass on the instructions to you. Okay, look at this. You have a SQL Server sample database. Load SQL Server sample databases. Okay, and they are providing very descriptive information about the database. What kind of a tables it is having, what kind of relationships it is having, everything you have it. Okay, so let me ping you here, and how to attach the table also, how to attach the database also is being provided here.
So for the SQL Server, we're gonna choose on premises.
Uh, it depends. It depends purely. Okay, I'll show you one of the, if it is Azure, if it is a cloud-based one, how we can connect. I'll show you this. Okay,
Okay.
I have a document for that. So you can refer these URLs. Okay, and meantime, let me show you some document. What if I have, okay, what if I have any, the backend as Azure SQL Server, right? Let me show you that. I have captured some kind of a screenshots for that because I don't have any the Azure cloud database with me. That is the reason. Okay. Now look at this. See all this information I'm providing it to you in the material format. Okay. Don't worry with that. Now, what if I have Azure SQL Server is the backend? Okay. Now look at this. Okay. I have shown you, right? You need to go to the get data in the Power BI desktop. You have to choose what? Azure. Okay. You have to choose Azure. And there you have to choose Azure SQL database. You have to choose that component. Okay. Now there you have to provide. It is going to ask you the server name. See, look at this. This is what my server name. For example, nzpzac. Okay, followed by the specific domain name or whatever. Okay, right. And from there, this is my data. This is my server name, which means what? This is what? This is my Azure SQL server name. Okay, so that I have to provide here. Okay, now see, look at this. This is the database I'm talking. Okay, central. Okay, central US. Okay, central US cloud app azure.com. Okay, now, okay, from here, once you provide the details here, right? That's what we have seen the SQL server just now, right? Where you can do a custom SQL, or else you can straight away connect it to the database. Either ways, right? See, the central US. Now, okay, the central US Azure database. Okay, now from here you need to pick again the corresponding tables. Let's say, for example, I'm using some FOA currency table. Okay, now look at this. That table is being populated into my Power BI desktop, and from there the dashboard development is same. It's not going to differ, right? Is that clear? Yeah. So what if I have the SAP BW as a backend, as Giora was asking the question, right? If I wanted to,
Yes.
okay, if I
Yes.
wanted to establish the connectivity with respect to my SAP BW to my Power BI desktop, here is some valuable information. Okay, let me place this information in the PowerPoint also, so that when I share it, you won't lose that information. Okay. Uh, but I don't have any connect database of this SAP BW layer. That's the reason I might not helpful for you practically. But the moment you follow this instruction, that is good enough. Okay.
So I have a question. You know Jira, right? By Atlassian.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
what
Atlassian
type of
Jira. Yes.
what type of data? How do we establish connectivity with that from Power BI?
Sorry. Can you repeat your question one more time? I
Is
understood
it
only the
is it
Atlassian
possible?
of.
Yeah, is it possible
Uh-huh.
to get data from Jira to Power
Yes.
BI?
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely, it is possible. Through Jira, it is possible. Yes.
Okay, okay. You want to show me later or?
Yes, I can try for that for tomorrow's session. Will that be okay? Let me spend some time. I don't have
Yeah, I
that
have it.
yeah, I
I
don't
have
have
it.
that in handy. I can help you out with that. Yes. I know yesterday Kulwant was asking about the row level security and he's having some specific requirement, right? We'll discuss about that and Jira connectivity.
Can we also connect with sales datasets?
As data sets, I don't know, I can try that. Okay,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I mean you can, but technical information I don't have that in handy with me, because it's kind of that setup I need to define it in my local system. That's the difficult part. I'll try that. Okay.
yeah. Just maybe theoretical portion may not be a practical.
As right.
Yeah, SAS data sets. Yeah.
Right, so don't worry, your questions will be clarified for sure. So yeah. Okay, so for SAP BW, right, now look at this. You have to install the SAP NetWeaver library on your local system. Okay, in order, I mean, this is to establish the connectivity of SAP BW system to your Power BI desktop. So in order to handle that, the first and foremost prerequisite is you have to have SAP NetWeaver library on your local system. Okay, that you can get it from the download center from here. Okay, and
Yeah.
once that is been done, okay, then your job is going to be easy. So from here, go to the database. There you need to choose. It depends upon your organizational suggestions. It could be an application server. Mostly it is going to be the application server. Okay, but okay. So
Yeah. But I have
so
a question. Yeah. By my SAP is on different premises, and then
mhm.
Power BI is on different also in my computer. So is there any like because there is a security issues, there is like a gateway, data gateway
Yes,
to get into that premises, or you can just because I installed a connector, but
yes,
I'm wondering if would I be able to connect to on premises without going through the gateway, or because it's very secure place though.
yes. So that's a good
Mm.
point. So though it
Yeah.
is an internal to your organizational data, though you are
Mm-hmm.
SAP BW and your Power BI talking about the same organization, but still, due to the security and the confidentiality of the data, right?
Yeah,
There would be some
exactly.
protocols.
Different departments. Yeah.
Exactly. So there would be some security protocols to be followed, right? So
Mm-hmm.
yes, in order to answer your question, yes, definitely there are some ports to be enabled. Okay.
Okay,
It
to
could
find.
be,
Mm-hmm.
yes, it could be 8080, okay, or it could be 443.
Or an
Those,
IP address.
exactly, yes, yes. So
And it's
those,
also possible to do with a universe. Like if there is any, you can connect universe to Power BI.
yes,
Universe.
yes. I mean, the
Okay.
SAP BO universe, you meant to say?
Yeah, the Bio universe.
Okay, the BO universe, I think yes,
Mm-hmm.
that is the possible. But all we have to ensure is, the establishing of the connectivity with
The
respect to
connectivity.
enabling the firewalls. The firewalls has to
Yeah,
be
the
open through.
firewalls. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. The security protocols has to be enabled. Then only we can able to establish that. That is
Okay.
mandatory. Any
Okay.
organization, those security protocols is mandatory. Okay.
Okay. And when you
But
connect to BW, do you go straight to the cubes, or you go to the multi-provider, or you go straight to the queries? That's what I'm wondering.
okay, cool. Yes. Let me show you this first. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, once the connector is being established, right? So this is these steps you need to follow on your local system. Okay.
Yes, I did
Now,
all this. Mm-hmm.
okay, cool. Okay. So you need to provide the server, system
Mm-hmm.
number, client. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Warehouse servers. Look at this. What is this?
MDX tables.
MDX. Yes, that is nothing but your cubes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And from here,
Okay.
look at this. Okay. You need to
Okay.
select, yeah, the cube related relevant information from here, because under this particular
Can,
purchasing data cube, right,
mhm.
you will be having the different elements of your data.
Can you share this note, please?
Yes, yes,
The
absolutely.
link.
Okay.
Yeah, please.
Yes, I can.
Okay. Yeah, this
Okay.
one is makes sense. This one.
Yes. And in case if you have any conflicts in terms of the data mapping, this
Mm-hmm.
troubleshooting can be helpful as well. Okay. See.
And all of us to be enabled. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yes, absolutely,
Hmm.
absolutely.
Therefore, you
Yes,
can access to the queries.
yes. Okay. Now,
Okay.
what
Thanks. You
is,
can share. Hmm.
no problem. Yeah. So, what is compatible with respect to the SAP BW connection or not? See, okay. Any authentication, it is supportive. Okay. Supported. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. See, there is no connectivity, right? So
There is
in
no,
order
it's
to,
a BI gateway. Okay.
yes, so you have to use the Kerberos authentications. Those things you have to follow. Okay.
SSO. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. You can share these notes, please. Thanks. I will take
Sure.
the.
I think I already pinged in the communicator, but I'm going to share this material. I think, honestly, yesterday I didn't get much time to distribute this material, but I can do over the weekend. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, just the link, if you can paste it on the box, so I can just take it there
I
right
did
now.
that. I did that.
Oh, you did?
I did that
Oh, you
already.
did?
Yes. Yes.
Ah, okay, SAP BW. Okay, I see. Okay, yeah, I see. It's there. Thank you.
And I'll try to get more information on the Jira as well as the Atlassian Jira as well as SAS. I'll do my best. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So
Okay.
right. So now, what is the understanding from here? Yes, you can establish the connectivities with respect to different data sources, but for each and every data source, right, the elements to provide an inputs to establish the connectivity, it differs. You have seen, right? For Excel, the approach was different. For SQL Server, the providing inputs of the elements is different. For SAP BW, it is different. For OData, it is different, right? But your job is to ensure that data connection is successful. Once the data connection is successful, right, then dashboard development definitely is not going to change. It is going to 100% same irrespective of your data source. Okay. So that is the bottom line in today's session I would like to cover. Okay. From here, now we are going to talk about the different features available in desktop, like data modeling, data transformations. Okay, how we can avoid the erroneous columns, how we can handle that, how we can handle the volumes of data, as I think Manoj was asking that question, how we can handle the huge volume of data, right? I think school one, I'm not sure. Okay, so how we can handle the huge volume of data, how the performance is going to be, right? Those things, it will eventually will be clarified automatically. Okay, right. So any other questions?
So do you have a SharePoint? So I want to see how we can connect with the SharePoint.
To the SharePoint.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to gather that information with me. Okay, I'll try to collect. Okay,
Okay.
because few of the things, right, which can be like share pointing and all these things, I need to get it from other sources of information. That is the reason. Okay, so if it is there is an easy way to provide that, I'm 100% happy to help you out with that. Okay, otherwise I'll try to help you out. I have shown you, like, for the SAP BW how we can do that, right? I can help you in that way. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
So Jira connectivity, SAS database, SharePoint, no problem. Okay, anything else?
And you haven't shared any notes, and then the video also recorded. I don't know. We haven't have
Yes, that's
access
what.
to those.
Yeah, that's what. That's my bad, really, honestly, because yesterday and day before yesterday didn't get much time, so that is the reason. So
Oh, okay.
probably over next, maybe by end of tomorrow or over this weekend, mostly I'll try to finish that up. Okay, and
Okay.
will be done. Okay, yeah.
Thank you.
All right. And I have a small request. Try to be for everyone. I could try to be on time, because I have a hard stop, because I can spend only 1 hour per day on the weekdays, as I mentioned, because I have a hard stop. For the during the cutoff time. That's the reason. Okay. So please try to be, or else if anyone is not able to attend the sessions because of your work commitments, right? You can go through the records. Okay. That's also available. Okay. But anyhow, I'll share all this material and this day-to-day video records. Okay. I'll try to do it by end of tomorrow. If not, over the weekend I'll do it. Okay. So please bear with me for a couple of days. Okay. All right. All right then. Have a good night. So we'll catch up again tomorrow at the same time. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you.